YouTube, what's good? I'm back with another video. Today, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be talking about how to make $40,000 per month while still playing in the NFL, how I was able to build this business, scale this business, where we're currently at and where we're currently going. So if you guys are interested in more information about business, football, mindset, all things in between, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, let's hop straight into the video. Let's go. So in today's video, I want to talk about how I'm currently able to make $40,000 per month while still playing in the NFL and how I was able to create the system and what I do. So what I currently do is I run lead generation services for clients. I run a company called Yelprat Digital, where we are a digital marketing company consulting firm where we acquire clients and we get leads for them. Now, the way in which we get leads is we run ads on social media. So it's called Social Media Marketing Agency. And with this, we're able to run ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, you name the platform that's social media, we leverage that platform in order for us to generate leads. Now, we also build landing pages, build websites, create funnels, automations, etc. I'm looking to get into the AI space as well. And the purpose of this video is just to explain to you, if you're an athlete, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, a lot of times, we always hear about NFL stands for not for long, right? We're only in the NFL for a certain period of time. We're only in the NBA, the MLB, you insert soccer, etc., right? You can only play sports for a period of time. And I've always known that in my mind, but I was fortunate enough because of my 6 years of not being in the NFL and continually pursuing it. I had to find other jobs. I had to figure out other ways to make money. And one of those ways jobs that I learned was through life insurance, right? So I learned as a life insurance producer working for a company that you can sell life insurance and make a lot of money, right? Financial services is a great place to be if you're looking for a sales position. It's a low barrier to entry and you make money purely off of your sweat equity. So one of the things that I learned quickly was that you had to do these things. You had to buy leads. You either had to buy leads, you had to get referrals, or you had to use some system to get leads for yourself. So what I did was I said, okay, cool. At some point, I need to learn how to generate my own. And if I can generate my own leads, I'm going to trim my costs down, because if you're paying for super high intent leads, they typically, get kind of expensive, right? You're looking at $50 to $100 sometimes even just for leads. And from there, I started generating leads for myself, started generating leads for people I knew, and I started charging the price. And then from there, built to an entire business out of it. And now we have Agent Lead Lab. So being in the NFL, one of the key things that once I got the opportunity that I was extremely fortunate is I don't have the attachment to the negative side of the career of football, because for a lot of players, we're very nervous about the transition. We're very nervous about what happens, if we get hurt, or if this happens, or if this happens. But for myself, fortunately enough, I was able to put myself in a position to have a business, right? To be able to still make money regardless of football, right? And I play football because I love it. I play football because it's been my dream to be in the NFL, to be the best, to push myself. But I don't play football because I need it. I don't play football because it's the only way that I know how to make money. I've been able to develop skills. And the purpose of this video is to be able to break down those skills. So one of those skills that I learned was that taking the same level of intensity and effort into a business that I have in football. One of the interesting things about sports is you can only put in so much time, effort, and energy into working out, right? You only have so many hours in a day. Your body does need to rest. No matter what anybody tells you, you can't work out every single day, all day long. You have to rest. In those times of rest, what are you doing, right? I used to play a lot of video games. I used to just sit and listen to music for hours on end, but I realized that when I would go to conferences, like my first life insurance conference I went to, right, there were tons of speakers that got on stage and they all had the same thing in common, right? They all utilized their time wisely. They all woke up at different times. They all had different routines, but one of the key things was that they utilized their time wisely. They did not spend time wasting on tasks that they didn't feel like were moving them towards their goal, right? For myself, as much as I love video games, etc., I realized that I would rather create foundation for myself so that way I don't have to play football and have so much attachment to it and be so nervous and worried, and I can have fun and treat it like the game it was when I was a little kid, because I created a business. The way that I was able to do that, and I'm still able to do that, is I utilize my free time. I don't just sit there and scroll on Instagram. I'm making offers. I'm constantly talking to new clients. I use those time slots wisely, and I actually engage with clients that I have. Now, obviously, I've built my business, but if you're in a position where you're trying to figure out how to, that can be a simple thing, right? What are you listening to on YouTube in your meantime? Are you watching interviews for 3 or 4 hours, right? Nothing wrong with Black Breakfast Club. Nothing wrong with, mindless, what I like to call them, interviews, but is that moving the needle forward in your life? You know that you're going to watch film. You know that but you do have downtime. It could be spent with your family. It could be spent doing other things. I choose to spend my downtime with my wife, my dog for right now, and my business, right? So in the off season, right, my schedule is the first few weeks when you're taking off or you're resting. What do I decide to do, right? I go all in on the business, right? During the season, what do I take advantage of a little bit of time I have in the off days where I'm just resting, right? I'm talking to clients. So if you're looking for something to do, the first step I would say is start searching on YouTube. Figure out things that you're interested in. A lot of us have these dreams and aspirations and places that we once wanted to go, or ideas that we have. I know a lot of people talk about like apps, different experiences, like, yo, if I could create this, like you can create it, right? That's the beautiful thing about business and entrepreneurship, is that you can create it. And if you're a professional athlete, you already have the leg up to be able to do that because you have a name, people know you, you have a brand, you also have the financial capital to be able to use it. Now, I always say leverage business credit to do that, but if you want to, leverage your personal capital, you can do that as well. But I'd say make sure that you're utilizing your free time. For me, running my business, I focus on executing. I focus on talking to clients every single month, always trying to gain new customers. I spent a lot of time my first time around when I was in the USFL, before I even got to the NFL. We were having great months, but I stopped making offers. I stopped talking to clients as frequently, right? I wasn't there for them in that way. I didn't create any systems for that. And my business suffered because of it. And now I'm in a position where I'm learning to put these systems in place. And, business is a game that you're just constantly always looking to improve. Like there's no right or wrong answer. That's just a matter of, are you continue to press forward? Are you continue to learn? Are you continuing to push the needle forward? That's what it's about, truthfully. For me, I was able to build systems, right? So I focus highly on virtual assistants, right? Going out to the Philippines, not physically going out, but, using onlinejobs.ph, Fiverr, Upwork. I talk about it all the time. Utilizing workers in the Philippines. They're great. They speak good English. They're extremely hardworking. Attention to detail is phenomenal. And just great people overall. You don't need to spend a whole lot of money to get an American worker who's just going to sit there and, twirl their thumbs or be on Instagram the whole entire time in the shift that you need them, right? What I always tell people is like, think about yourself. Like when you were working a job, you were trying to find the easiest way to make the money, right? Okay, like I know me, when I used to work valet, I'd stay, I was a bellman as well, right? So I had a story where we'd park their car, I'd take their bag up, right? And in between taking their bag up, dropping off in their room, when I'd walk back, I'd walk around the entire hotel floor right before I go down next there, and I would do that again. Like I'm just trying to burn time, right? Because it wasn't as precious to me, right? I didn't have any attachment to it because I was just like working a job, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you hire people here, that's what you get more often than not, especially if you're in a startup and you're kind of learning. I like to bring people on and treat them like it's a team. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've been able to continually make money and our business continue to grow, is because everybody that works with me, they feel valued. They feel like they're adding something to the team. I don't just bring people in just to do tasks, right? I bring people in to do tasks, but also to invite creative ideas, offer up solutions, be able to present themselves. People are able to ask for sick days. We provide people health insurance. So my goal is to make sure that our people that work with me are well equipped and ready for what is to come next. So, I hope that, that helps as well. But for me, my biggest thing is sustaining a business while playing football is not as difficult as it seems, as long as you take the time to build it out properly. One of my biggest mistakes is I didn't do that. I thought that I'd be able to take on way more than I could when I played in the USFL. And even when I got to the NFL, right, I didn't have the people that I'm planning on hiring right now. And I'm in the process of continuing to learn and continue to educate myself on different ways to improve our business and push the needle going forward. But end over end, I think the biggest principle is that I'm not afraid to post content and to get out in front of people. It's almost watered down to hear people say like, you got to post content, But even in today's age where like people are scrolling, the attention span is getting shorter, all these new platforms are coming out. Like to be an authority in the space, you have to create content, right? If you don't have content in 5-10 years, like it's going to be very, very hard to make money outside of just sales and being able to talk to people, because they're going to use your brand as a means to identify whether or not you're good or not, right? I met an individual who said something that was powerful. He was like, look, people treat you differently based on the followers that you have, whether you're an athlete or a celebrity. You could just be working at any job, right? Nothing wrong with jobs, but you could be working at any job. And if you have 100,000 followers, people will treat you differently just because of the followers, the likes, and the comments that you have. And if that is true, that means that perception is so much of reality that you can almost create different outcomes based strictly off of who your social image and social presence is. And if you're a business owner, I think that speaks even more volumes, because I would feel more confident if I went to your page and I saw you had a bunch of followers, a bunch of likes, a bunch of comments, a ton of views, meaningful comments, right? Meaningful views, meaningful engagement. People are talking about your product or service and how much you've helped them. You have tons of testimonials. You're doing doing the selling for me, right? And that's one of the things that I am trying to get to, right, with my page, and I think will help me as I'm playing sports is I've just kept posting. I don't even think I'm even anywhere near good. But one of the things I do think is that I focus on posting content as much as I can. I'm trying to find a way to continue to convey my message and provide value to people through my platforms. And one of the ways that, you know, as an athlete, you can do that is just going out and just talking about the things that you like, the things that you're interested in, DMing people, right? Like Gary Vee used to say, he used to watch this all the time when I was working valet back in 2018. He always talked about, like, if he was a professional athlete, he would literally go on Twitter, go on Instagram, and just engage with people, right? And I think that that's such a powerful hack that people can start using that can help them. I haven't started doing that myself, truthfully, but I will. I know I will. And I just try to engage with everybody who DMs me or follows me, because you never know who could be a potential client. You never know who you can meet that could refer you to 3 or 4 of the next people. You know, one of the main reasons that we took off in 2023 was because I got in contact with a lot of top agency owners who liked our product and service and referred it out to me free of cost. Like, I didn't have to pay people out any crazy affiliates, any referral. And honestly, going back in time, if you guys are watching this, I do apologize, because I wish I would have. Definitely would have 2x'd us probably by me doing that. But at the time, I didn't know. I was newer in business. So, you know, these are kind of just some of the strategies that we're using. Just in general, I know that one of the key things is just building a solid team and using my free time. That's how I'm able to keep the business running, you know, while playing professional sports. And I continue to do that because I try not to waste time, right? I don't waste time training. I don't waste time watching film. I don't waste time in my marriage. I try to be extremely intentional with my time, because I have a goal in mind, is that when I finish playing football, I want to have a solid business infrastructure that I'm literally not even walking into. I'm literally just reallocating all of my time to that, because right now my business is not my top priority. It's truthfully not. But at the end of the day, it is something that I'm constantly working on. So I'm okay with the gradual progress. I'm okay with building relationships and increasing my brand, because I'm playing the long game, playing the league for another 5-10 years, whatever, doesn't matter. When I retire, the business has been running for 5 or 10 years. Now I'm going full-fledged into it. We're just going to multiply like that. But I'm willing to put that time and effort in now, because I do not like to waste time. That's my biggest thing. Takeaways: don't waste time, and get a team. The same way you have a football team, the same way you have your professional team, the same way you have your college team, and you all can run this same play no matter if you're in high school, college, or professionally. Build a team, set clear standards, and make sure that you are using your time wisely, right? So I hope this helps y'all. This is really just a story, like I said, about how I'm able to do it, right? I think that no matter where you're at, you should be focused on figuring out a way to grow. You should be figuring out a way to build a business. I don't think that you should be sitting around and playing video games with a whole bunch of your extra time if you're complaining about having extra money, if you can't do this for your girl. If these type of things are happening and you're not putting yourself in a position to change the outcome of your life, but you're instead playing video games or wasting your time doing other things that are not moving the needle for, then what are you doing? And if you are okay with doing that, then do not complain about your current situation. That's how I feel. Love it or hate it. I would say, in my opinion, if more people wanted to pursue the financial security that comes with having a business or having something to fall back on, they will use their time more wisely. I don't know how that is. It's to each his own to figure out what works best. So I do hope that this helps y'all. Please make sure, as always, to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back with another video, and I appreciate you as always. All right.